Hello there, YouTubers, and I guess redemptive reflection viewers and or subscribers. Jay Clinton Hill here, and today I'd like to talk to you guys and also myself too. This is really a dialogue with myself, but I'm sharing it with you guys. So hopefully it helps me and it helps you too. But today, I want to talk about love and I want to talk about intimacy in relationships, and more importantly, or more specifically, intimacy in your relationship with God. But I'm going to use examples of regular relationships, that we have down here on Earth. So if you think about it, like we have needs, right? So we go to our partner, we want to have our needs met. So I'm just going to keep it real. Like, let's just say, let's use sex as a model. So you have your partner, you're in a relationship with this person, and you have sexual needs that need to be fulfilled. And so you go to them and, you guys take care of each other. You express yourselves. And it's very loving. But there are things that happen outside the bedroom, for example, that really help build the foundation of that intimacy. It's the little things. So whether it's, helping your partner wash dishes or going to pick up groceries for them, doing errands, or whatever it might be, having her walk on your back, or, I mean, just any little thing. It could be even doing something simple like, taking a walk at the park or going to see a movie or sharing a drink, but just it's the little things that you slip or slide into the day to help fill the day, to fill the holes in the day, and you find time to just take little morsels out and share that with your partner, and then you go to them when you have other needs too. But let's just say, for example, what if the only time you really spent time with your partner was when you went to bed and you just wanted to have sex, or you share some physical intimacy, but you didn't do all that other stuff, before and after, in between. Forget about foreplay, I mean, not to say forget about it, because foreplay is important too, but let's just assume that even you do have foreplay. But the real foreplay comes with those little things that I just mentioned previously. That's what helps really you know, I guess, cement the relationship. And I think if we want to have a stronger relationship with God, I found myself, for example, I don't just go to God like once or twice a day, whatever time it is of the day that, most people pray. So I typically, I pray at night and then I pray in the morning too, and I also meditate as well. But I'm continually talking to God. I'm not saying this to put myself on a pedestal or whatever, but I try to bring God into almost every aspect of my life, just like I would with my lover. I want to share not everything, maybe with my lover, but with God, yeah, I want to, but I'm just saying, like, I want to share as much as possible with that woman I love, and I'm in love with God, too. And so I want to share as much of my life with God as I possibly can. And if you're not willing to do that with your partner, then maybe, you need to ask yourself how much you really love them, and or if you really do love them. And sometimes we got to ask ourselves the same with God too. And think about it. What if you had a partner that only wanted to be with you sometimes, but not all the time, it wouldn't feel good. It might even hurt, if you really cared about them. And I think sometimes that's how God feels too. If we only come to Him when we really, really need Him for something, and we're not sharing, our other joys with them. Sometimes, life starts going well, and we, we get on track, and things are going good, and we're like, okay, I got this now, and then you find yourself, maybe being in a less humble situation, and you know, everything's firing on all cylinders. And I think you guys get the point. Basically, things are going great, and you feel like, yeah, I don't really have much to pray for. I'm happy right now. Thanks God for answering my prayers. And it's almost like subtitles go off. I'll get back to you when I need you again. But God's not an errand boy, so He wants to have a meaningful and continuous relationship with us. And my last video I talked about, the kingdom of God is inside of us, right? The kingdom of heaven is inside of us, excuse me. But that's where God dwells in his kingdom, and we are God's kingdom. And so another analogy may be like when you're ignoring God, like you guys share the same house, which is inside of you, this body here, whatever, your soul, because we're made in his image. So it's almost like you're making God sleep on the couch, because you ignore him for the rest of, the other parts of your day, and you only come to him like at night when you say a quick prayer or two, or when you really, really need something. But for the rest of the time, God's inside of us. The kingdom of heaven is inside of you, inside of me, inside of all of us, right? So that's where God resides. That's where he hangs out. Excuse me, I don't want to point my finger, but I'm just trying to make a point. And so it's like, hey, don't make God sleep on the couch, don't put him on the couch. And I've done that before, and sometimes, I still do it, but I'm more mindful, like I care about God. He's my love of my life. And so therefore, I don't want him sleeping on the couch. And I would encourage you guys too, God's living with you. So don't put him on the couch. Don't make him sleep on the couch, Put your arms around him, wrap your arms around him, hold him, and tell him how much you love him. And he does the same to you too. Anyway, take care, you guys.